Today on Forbes, how Halle Berry became the new face of menopause. Halle Berry knows what you think of her. The first, and so far only, Black woman to win an Academy Award for Best Actress, the former model and fixture on Most Beautiful People lists, is all too familiar with being best known for her performances and her looks. But 3 words she shouted on Capitol Hill in May 2024, while surrounded by a bipartisan group of all-women senators, might change that. She said, quote, "I'm in menopause."
I've heard you also say that you are the perfect messenger for menopause advocacy. Why do you say that?
Because I'm unafraid to speak about it. And I think for so long, people have, put me in this sex symbol box. And I think for someone like me to speak about going through menopause, which has been so stigmatized, and if I can say, hey, it's sexy to arrive to this time of our life. It's actually a privilege to age. And we can really do that in a beautiful, confident way, I think makes a difference. And I think people are listening to me, and I think women are listening to me, and I hope I'm giving them the courage to stand tall and accept that this is a wonderful part of aging, and that we don't have to stay eternally 30. I mean, who wants to stay eternally 30? And when you ask women to do that, we don't ask men to do that, but when you ask women to do that, you're really setting us up to do the impossible. So you're setting us up for failure, and therefore furthering how bad we feel about ourselves. And that just can't be our story. We've got to change that as women.
In her 6th decade, Berry is laser-focused on women's health. It's a mission of both advocacy and entrepreneurship that began when her own perimenopause was misdiagnosed as herpes, and she realized just how much more awareness both doctors and patients needed about this crucial, and for those who live long enough, universal, life stage. Berry's vehicle is Respin, originally a wellness and exercise website she founded in 2020, but which relaunched this February as a menopause-focused healthcare company. With less than $5 million in funding from investors including Khosla Ventures, Respin is still in its earliest days. Telehealth visits just launched in July, and revenue is still mostly nascent. But she's feeling invigorated by the task of growing and scaling her startup. She says, quote, "This is my greatest act, and I couldn't have imagined that this would be my greatest act because I think as women, we've been afraid to age." Berry is one of the 200 entrepreneurs, changemakers, and leaders on Forbes' 5th annual 50 over 50 list who have come to see their age as an asset rather than a liability. Produced in partnership with Morning Joe co-host Mika Brzezinski and her Know Your Value initiative, the 50 over 50 highlights women who are generating outsized professional impact in their 6th, 7th, or 8th decades. Berry launched Respin.com as a website during the pandemic, offering at-home workouts, exercise gear like strength bands and jump ropes, and a community of like-minded women. Today, the company is dual-pronged. One side sells community memberships. For $149 a year, users get access to private chats with other women going through menopause, live Q&As with doctors, and early access to Berry's favorite wellness gadgets. And, through a partnership with women's intimacy company Joylux, intimacy gel for $21 or $45, and a vaginal wand with red light therapy to help with vaginal dryness and pelvic floor functioning for $495. Over on the Respin health side of the business, women seeking answers about their menopause symptoms can book a 30-minute telehealth visit with a menopause-trained physician or nurse practitioner for $55. Ali Tam Tumasova, Respin Health's co-founder and CEO, says women can also answer a detailed questionnaire to receive a personalized lifestyle plan for $20, sign up for group coaching sessions to help stick with that plan for $45 per month, or pay $100 for a one-on-one session. Frederic Dahm, a general partner at GV, formerly known as Google Ventures, and an early investor in Respin competitor MIDI Health, which was founded by 50 over 50 alumna Joanna Strober, says that currently there is more demand for menopause medicine than there are practitioners available. In the US, 1.3 million women enter menopause every year, while fewer than 2,500 physicians are certified in menopause medicine. Globally, the market, which includes hormone replacement therapy, prescription and over-the-counter drugs, dietary supplements, and nutritional advice, was valued at $17 billion last year and is projected to grow to $24 billion within 5 years, according to Grandview Research. Dom says, quote, "It's a huge market. And it's a broadly defined one, which is why Berry is aiming wide."
Can you tell us about Respin Health?
We are trying to be your one-stop shop, all things menopause. Because what I've learned on this journey is that every woman menopauses in a different way.
For full coverage and to see our full video interview with Halle Berry, as well as see the whole Forbes 50 over 50 list, check out Maggie McGrath's piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.